my kickflip progression.
Foul mouth, money spinning, motherfucking 90s kids, a bank account, run it out like my patience is, a always late, tell us straight, ain't got time for this, yeah, but I got time for you.
I've been trying to get kickflips down for about a year now, but every time I think I get them consistent, I lose them. In October 2019, I started trying my first kickflips. I tried here and there for a few months, but with COVID happening, an ankle injury, soccer tryouts, and life just getting crazy, it wasn't really getting anywhere. Then quarantine hit. On April 9th, 2020, I landed my first kickflip in the grass.
Yeah!
It was insane, one of the best feelings ever, but I thought this would also translate to doing kickflips on the pavement, but sadly that wasn't the case. Since the pop on the grass was much different than on pavement, it just didn't work. I practiced almost every day, but eventually I got unmotivated. The kickflips wouldn't fully rotate or I just wouldn't commit. I wasn't seeing any progress, so I just stopped. However, after about 2 weeks, I decided to get back on the board and try again. I was really motivated this time. I seriously wanted to be done with this trick. I skated every day, watched a ton of videos, and even changed my wallpaper. Because that really helps. This was tough, but since I had more time because of quarantine, I knew I could do it. I just had to get my back foot on the board. Then after 2 months, I was finally seeing results. And finally, on June 11th, this happened.
Oh! I got it!
This was one of the happiest days of my life. I felt like everything I had done in life had led up to this moment. I could finally kickflip and I was finally a real skater. And then came the worst part. The next day, I landed another kickflip, but it took me so many tries and I was exhausted after it. Then, the day after that, I didn't even land one. My back foot wasn't really getting on the board anymore. This was devastating. How could I lose a trick that I worked so hard on so fast? I got so in my head and unmotivated that I just stopped skating. This is one of my biggest regrets. Taking these breaks, they get you nowhere. I thought, oh, maybe I'm just burnt out, or it's good to take a break sometimes. But not pursuing what you really want to do gets you nowhere. If I could have learned a kickflip back in the summer during quarantine, I wouldn't have to put so much time into it now when I have school, YouTube, and sports. Looking back, I definitely should have kept trying. But at the time, I was so angry at myself that I couldn't even step on the board. During the time when I wasn't skating, about 2 months, I had a nagging thought in the back of my head. Don't you want to progress? Don't you want to succeed? I felt like I was wasting my time. Because of this thought, this feeling, I had to go back. Towards the end of August, I stepped back on the board. It was gradual at first. I would skate every few days. But eventually I found myself wanting to skate all the time. Being on the board just felt amazing and refreshing. At this point, I was just skating to skate, not even trying to learn new tricks. I was also skating with friends a lot at this point, which made skating even more fun, but it wasn't very productive. And that was fine for the time being, but eventually I wanted more. That's when I started trying kickflips again for the 3rd time. At first I was doubtful I would land one anytime soon. I was super rusty. But I got my flick back pretty quickly, and I was making progress. However, I still couldn't land with my back foot on the board. The board would go too far away, or I would just land with my back foot on the side. This continued for about a week until I finally landed another one.
Yes! Let's go! Did you see that?
Please tell me we're recording.
I was insanely happy as always, but I still remembered what happened before. I did not want to lose this trick again. The next day I was nervous but hopeful. I got on the board again and tried my kickflips for 3 hours straight with no results. This was really frustrating. For it to happen twice is just maddening, but I wasn't going to stop this time. The next day I made plans to skate with my friend in an apartment complex. I was trying kickflips all day and getting pretty close, but I still couldn't land them with my back foot. Then we got kicked out of the apartment, so we moved into a parking lot. The ground was a lot smoother there and my kickflip started working again. I tried for about 15 minutes and then all of a sudden I did it. I was insanely excited, but I wanted more, so I kept trying. And after a few more tries, I landed another one. and another one, and another one, and another one. It just kept going. Now, I didn't get any footage from this because I was so in the moment, but I definitely should have, because this was an all-time high for me. I had finally gotten kickflips semi-consistent. I knew I still had a lot more work to do, but it felt like everything was finally over. This just goes to show that if you keep trying, keep persevering, you can succeed at whatever you want. Even if it feels like you failed a million times, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Then I lost it again. And I know this is pretty depressing, but after a while, it just slipped from me. I was still trying every day, but it just stopped working. I'm still kind of baffled and really annoyed why this keeps happening to me. And to be honest with you, I did land another kickflip a month ago. But I haven't landed one since. And if I added that into the video, it would be way too long and repetitive. At this point, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I cannot believe that it has taken this long and I'm still going. I thought I was going to be a fast learner because I learned to ollie fairly quickly, but with this trick standing in my way, I feel stuck. And I'm still really frustrated. But I wanted to make this video to show other people in the same boat that there is other people out there who have the same problem. Kickflips are hard for everyone, even for someone as hot as me. It's not your fault. There's so many people who struggle with the same thing. And if this video isn't inspiring or motivational, I'm sorry, but this is my story. This is my reality, and I would never fake it, even if it doesn't have a happy ending so far. But I think we'll all succeed eventually, as long as we keep trying. To you guys and my future self, just keep a positive attitude. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Yeah, we some foul mouth, money spinning motherfucking 90s kids, bank account, run it out like my patience is, always late, tell us straight, ain't got time for this, yeah, but I got time for you.
And I'm still really frustrated. But I wanted to make this video for other people in the same boat as me, because we're all